What's up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In this episode we're going to continue on with the K-Swap build, and my goal at the end of this episode is to get this engine and transmission all mounted up and get some of the parts and accessories bolted onto it and be ready for that engine to go into that EK. But before I do that, I need to get the cross member back from powder coating, and once I get that, we'll be pulling the H series engine out and getting it prepped up to install the K series in there. Now I have the Integra cross member and also the Integra power steering rack. It has a manual power steering rack, so we're going to be converting it to a hydraulic power steering rack, and it's going to give me a more precise feel. The manual steering rack, the ratio sucks. It feels too sloppy. It does not feel sport inspired, so I'm going to go ahead and install the Integra steering rack with the Integra cross member. And to top it off, we got the EK2 Hasport mounts that will allow the engine to sit 2 inches further back, and that will give me better axle alignment and more room up front to play with. So that is the game plan, and we need to make more progress on that build so that we can be in a good position whenever I do another episode on the Civic, that we can make progress pretty quick. So anyway, I have a new guy here. He's going to be in and out on the channel. His name's Colton. Everybody say hi to Colton. Colton wanted to learn how to wrench on imports and whatnot, so he offered to give me a helping hand with the camera, and also I'll teach him a couple things along the way. So you'll see Colton on a couple episodes from here on out. So anyway, let's get this area prepped up. We're gonna get the transmission up here. We're gonna get the engine off the stand. We're gonna get the stage 2 clutch that I got in on the engine, and everything made it up. I have a lightweight flywheel and a stage 2 clutch with a new throwout bearing, and this is a Clutch Max kit. You can get that off the eBay. Link in the description, you can find that kit, and link in the description you can find this fuel rail right here. This is a cheap eBay $40 fuel rail. This is going to be a budget build, of course, and as you can see right off the bat, they don't quite line up on the stud, so I'm gonna have to waller out the holes a little bit on the sides in order to get this to fit up right, but we'll get to that here later. So let's just go ahead and get it started, guys. Stay tuned. Alright, so Colton got the bell housing all cleaned up. I went ahead, took the time and cleaned this area and painted it to match the rest of it, because when I painted the transmission, I had it with the bell housing facing downward, so I couldn't get to it at that time, which now it's painted, it's good to go. So now at this point, I'm gonna get the engine off the stand up here, and then we'll do the rear main seal. We'll mount up the flywheel, put the clutch pressure plate on, put the clutch fork and the throwout bearing on, and then from there we'll be mating the transmission to the engine. All right, guys, so we made great progress on the budget K-swap, and I got it together for the most part, and we got that new flywheel and clutch installed as well. Most of the bolt-ons, I need to get a couple items, and that is a starter, a clutch slave, and another crank pulley, because I torched the crank bolt off, and I got that thing really hot and cooked some of the rubber on the harmonic balancer. So I'm gonna get another one of those, but this thing's pretty much ready to go. And I need to get that cross member in so that I can get to getting that all converted with the power steering rack and everything. So I'm not going to pull that engine until I get that cross member in. And once that happens, we'll do the next episode on this build. But more than likely, the next episode is going to be back to the Z31 Turbo. And we'll be finishing off the radiator and whatnot, and going on some little joy rides and whatnot. So anyway, that's it on this episode. Thank you, Colton, for coming and helping out. You guys will see more of him in the future. But as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share, and I'll definitely see you guys on the next episode.